Got some collar popping action going on here. Some chest hair. It's hot. Not H-O-T, H-A-W-T, hot. Let's just do this story.
You blew it.
Skip it up and that up. So we know that Fallout 76 has been a complete disaster. Not only are reviews coming in that say the game is an absolute mess and that it's terrible, users are just not happy with it. There's a lot of times where a game could get poor critical reception from mainstream journalists and still, the gaming community loves it. This is one where both journalists and the gaming community equally can't stand the game. Things seem to be getting worse and worse for Bethesda, and this little incident right here is not the kind of PR they need right now with the disaster that is Fallout 76. So, like many other people on the planet that have played Fallout 76, there is a Reddit user named ZP Kane who didn't like the game. Not only did he not enjoy it, he had technical issues, he couldn't connect with friends while playing it, and he wanted a refund. So he contacted Bethesda to get this refund. And initially it seemed like he was going to. This is the response that Bethesda gave to him after he contacted them. Greetings, thank you for contacting the Bethesda customer support team. Unfortunately, we do not have the ability to begin processing that refund for you right at this moment. There is nothing to worry about though. Keep that in mind. What they said right there. We'll begin processing the refund as soon as we can, and we'll reach right back out to you via email to let you know once we've started the process. So, as you see right there, it seems like it's guaranteed he's going to get, that's how I would interpret that email, that response from Bethesda. But then Bethesda sent him another email, completely backtracking on giving him a refund, and it's disastrous. This is what they had to say. Greetings. Thank you for contacting the Bethesda support team. Customers who have downloaded the game are not eligible for a refund. We apologize for the inconvenience. If there is anything else we can assist you with, please reply to this email for further assistance. Thank you for your patience.
You blew it.
Now, Bethesda's return policy says this: if you want to download digital content within the 30-day cancellation period, you must agree to waive your cancellation rights. So, okay, fine. Their return policy says it. I want to make sure it's abundantly clear in this video and that I'm not missing that. But their first email, they basically guarantee this ZP Kane that he's going to get a refund. It may not happen right away, but he's definitely going to get it. And with how many, you would think that maybe too, because of how poorly the game is performing with online issues, so on and so forth, they may make exceptions to their digital policy where once you download a game, which I think is a ridiculous policy, you can't get a refund. I think that Sony follows that same policy too. I think it's ridiculous. I think that Microsoft and Steam have it right where you have 14 days to get a full refund on the game. And so long as you play 2 hours or less, you can return it for any reason. You could return it because you scratched a pimple on your ass and it hurt when you scratched it. It made you aggravated, and therefore you're like, you know what? I want to let my pimple ass frustration out on this game I just purchased, and I want to return it. Steam doesn't care, but for some reason the rest of the industry isn't following suit. But whatever the case may be, like I said, it doesn't matter what their policy is. They promised this guy, if you read the first email they gave him, that eventually he was going to get a refund, and they backtracked on it. And it's absolutely unacceptable. And Bethesda, you would think with how much poor critical reception that Fallout 76 is receiving right now, that you would want to do whatever you can to make people happy. Your Metascore right now, this is not user reviews on Metacritic, this is just your Metascore from actual journalists and websites, is 55. 50 goddamn 5. Okay, your best review score is 76, which is not that great. That's really bad. And user reviews, forget about it. The game is sitting at 2.9. You would think, like what would happen with ZP Kane, even if technically it's outside of your policies, or he downloaded the game, he can't get a return, you'd want to make him happy just so you could get some good graces right now, get some good PR, because your game, Fallout 76, is not doing Bethesda any favors right at the moment. Look, I've taken issues with Bethesda's bugs for years. I remember getting Fallout 4 for the PC, and I tried it, and there was one of the computer terminals early on in the game. Now, yes, you could argue, hey, Rich, you should have saved. You know Bethesda games are buggy, but we'll talk more about that in a second. You're right, though, okay? And I got literally physically stuck inside of the computer terminal. Early on in the game, too. So you would think if people were properly bug testing over at Bethesda, I understand that Fallout games and Elder Scrolls games are huge, and there's going to be bugs galore when you get games that big, but this is early on. You would think it would be some kind of bug they would catch. So I gave up. I'm like, all right, man, this pissed me off. Even though it was early in the game, I'm like, I ain't touching this. Thing's a buggy mess right now. I'll come back to it like in a month. Maybe they'll try it again when they patch it. So there was some kind of update for it. Okay, great. I'm not going to get my man junk stuck in the computer terminal again. The same exact goddamn terminal I got perma stuck in again. And I forgot to save again. My fault. You would think, especially the second time around, I would remember. And I was just stuck there. And I was like, you know what? That's enough Fallout for me. Fallout 4, I'm good. I'm good. And I know, Bethesda games are notorious for having a bunch of bugs. And it's almost been like a meme, and people have been endearing about it. Like, it's Bethesda. They make amazing games. So what if your nipples get caught in a computer? It's a huge experience, and it's immersive, and I love it. But I think now, finally, with Fallout 76, people are getting tired of the buggy messes that Bethesda releases. And it's not me. Look, I'm always very forgiving of this, people say to a fault, where I rather have a game be delayed for a year and a half or more and have it come out in a playable state than have a game be rushed and come out because investors want to meet a certain quarter and the game is a complete disaster. It's not that I want to see Bethesda rush out like the Elder Scrolls 6, but I want to see and I understand too, before I say what I'm about to say, that games this big are going to have bugs, but they shouldn't have major game-breaking bugs like the one I dealt with in Fallout 4, especially that early on in the game. And I know that's not the only bugs that are out there with Bethesda games. And I hope Fallout 76, being a complete disaster, feeds Bethesda and Todd Howard a nice big piece of humble pie and makes them really try to not make this mistake again with the Elder Scrolls 6. Because people are getting tired of the bugs. They're not going to think they're endearing anymore. And in an era where there's a whole bunch of competitors also coming out with AAA games, they have to, no pun intended, step their game up and stop releasing buggy, unplayable garbage. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one. Hey, congratulations! If you made it to the end of the video, you should subscribe to Review Tech USA so you can hear me blabber on some more. Also, too, starting this month, I will be live streaming solely on Twitch. I'll have a link to my Twitch channel below in the description. And last but not least, make sure you click that like button. It helps out the show big time. See you guys in the next video.